Good afternoon, Flosstubers. I'm back in my stitchy place, and I wanted to come and say thank you to everyone who was so sweet and so kind when I put my first Flosstube video up last week. Everyone was just wonderful. For those of you who did not see that one, I had surgery on my right hand the first week of September and was in a cast for a while and then in splints, and then they cut the splints down, but I was still in splints last week. And this week, what a blessing it is that I am able to be without my splints in the daytime, which means I have the blessing of the surgeon to do some stitching. Now, I get tired pretty easily. My hand gets tired pretty easily, and I have to rest a lot, but that's okay. I can do some. I still cannot, that's as good a fist as I can make right now, but I am bending it, and it doesn't hurt to bend it unless I do a little bit more than I'm supposed to be doing. And with some physical therapy, it's going to be really good. I know that it is, and I'm confident in that. Have hope in that anyway. I want to show you some finishes. A couple of these are older finishes, things that I've done that you have not seen. This drum, I hope you can see that. Is that not the sweetest thing? This is from Scattered Seed Samplers. Tammy Black is the designer. It is, see, it has all the way around. Isn't that lovely? I just love her stuff. I really do. She has some of the most beautiful patterns, I think. I like primitive stuff. My home is sort of primitive, sort of country, sort of early married, even though it was 52 years ago. I've still got it, you know, that kind of stuff. I took it out of the plastic hoping it would cut the glare, but it's really not. But this is the pattern for that one. Now, it has a companion piece called Happy Hearts Rejoice, and it is it's called a Pinkeep Nest. Here's what this pattern looks like, and this one is the one that I made. She shows this wonderful stitching right here on the sides where the top and the bottom are put together. I could not for the life of me figure out how to do that. She's one smart lady. So I found this wonderful piece of lace that I put around the side of mine, and I am thrilled with the way it turned out. I'm going to try this side. Oh, that's a little better, isn't it? Yeah. Now, isn't that just the sweetest thing? Little birds feeding their babies. I keep these on my dresser. I just love to look at them, and I can see them there every day. This week I finished. I had actually done the cross stitch on this before my surgery, but I had not finished it into the final product. This is called Tag Trio Threads by Jeanette Douglas, and it looks like this. It was a kit, and it came with all of that stuff in the back, the backboard and the floss holders and all that. Here you go. It calls for you to put holes through the wood and put brads in there, and it came with the brads. However, I didn't really trust my husband to poke holes in my wood. He's the greatest guy in the world, but not exactly real handy. I don't know, go figure. He can build a wheelchair ramp, but probably something like this he wouldn't want to do. So I just glued it. Just got me some glue and glued that sucker on the back of that. I was a little disappointed because of my hand, I don't have good strength. I wasn't able to get these corners pulled out like I wanted to. The bottom ones were a little better, a little easier, but I just could not get those to come where I wanted them to come. And so they're a little on the rounded side, but that's okay. I like it anyway. I think it's pretty. This piece, this was an embroidery pattern actually, And I just traced it onto my fabric and then put cross stitches all down the line, and that's how it turned out. I put a cord on it. And it opens. I have a navy blue and cream lining in it, and I'm going to hang this on my front door this summer with either a little pot plant or some greenery in there. I'm not sure which, but either way, I think it'll be really pretty hanging on the door. And this piece is almost finished. I did the cross stitching on this last fall, and it's called Old Witch Mary. It's by Not Forgotten Farm. It's going to be a pillow, by the way, and I've got one more thing I want to do. I decided after I put it together that I wanted to add this little braid all the way around the stitchery. So I'll be adding that sometime this week. That's my plan anyway. And last week when I was here, I showed you the whip that I was working on. Oh, magnet. And so I want to show you my progress. This is The Boys Are Back in Town by Just Another Button Company. Here's the pattern. It was a kit, and it's really coming along nicely. Last week I had the stone done and the background of the mummy done, and now I'm putting his cloths on there. This is done with 6 strands of floss. Sorry, y'all. And I just am having a lot of trouble with that because I'm not strong enough to really pull that through. There's so many. And this is kind of dark. It's hard to see, but I have part of his purple cape done. And honestly, I got a little, there's a little more light on it. This called for gunmetal colored fabric, which I did not have, and I got in a hurry and did it on black. Well, it didn't occur to me that his pants were supposed to be black, and that wasn't going to work. So I switched that over to a really dark green, and I think it's going to show up a little better once I get his shoes on his feet. I have one more guy to go over here. And I'm hoping, no, he's probably not going to be done by Halloween, but I'm getting close, so that's not bad. I did buy a couple of things this week. Of course, I was not able to go to my L&S. It's an hour's drive away. And I am driving. I've been driving since the second week. And this week, for the first time since my surgery, I could actually turn the key on with my right hand. I've been doing it with my left hand like this. You know, you learn to compromise what you do. I got these from Stash Unload, I think, on Facebook. This one is called The Price of Freedom. It's from the Sweetheart Tree. I have a glare coming off my patio door that's driving me crazy. And this one is called Bountiful. It's from the Trilogy. I did place an order this morning. I've got to stop that. Y'all, I think if there's a list of unwritten sins somewhere that God keeps, maybe having more patterns than you can ever do in a lifetime is on that list. I hope not. But today I ordered And the Forest Grew. If you have seen that pattern that several people are doing, it's just stunning. Oh my goodness. And I know it's got 130 different colors of green, or maybe it's 103. I don't know. Lindy Stitches is the last place I saw that, and she was talking about how many colors it takes. I don't care. I don't care how many colors it takes. I have almost all of the DMC line anyway, and so I just really want to do that pattern. It should be in sometime this week. I won't be able to work on it. probably won't be able to do much cross stitch at all this week. I have girlfriends, believe it or not, we're all still alive and kicking, well, most of us, from the class of 1964. That was my high school graduating class. Once a year, 4 of them come to my house for the weekend. You can probably hear us laughing wherever you live. I don't care if it's Australia. You can probably hear us laughing. There were five others besides myself, and we lost one dear friend a couple of years ago. We miss her still. But they're coming this weekend, and so I'll be getting ready for that. Just really busy all week long, I think, making my list for my husband to do, if you know what I mean. I want to try to show you one other thing. I want to show you where I keep my floss. And be prepared. You're going to be jealous, every one of you. I know that you are. I'm going to turn my table and try to turn my light. Oh, there's a mess on there because I just laid all my stuff on top of one of those. But I want you to see what I have here. Let me see if my light will turn without falling over on me. Can you see that? Maybe not. Look at that. Those are DMC boxes, y'all. I'm going to move this over a little bit more. Now, let's see. Can you see that? I have 7 of these boxes right here that have 3 drawers in them. I have them stacked 4 high and 3 high, so they kind of serve as an end table for me here beside my stitching chair. And this is where I keep all of my hand stitching threads. DMC on bobbins in order. I also do wool applique, so I have up here Valdani threads, those kind. And what are these? These are some anchors and something else. I forget what else is up here. Oh, Finca. Yeah, Finca threads there. And down here I have more flosses. These are Finca as well. And silk threads down below that, because I did do needle turn applique. I really can't do that anymore. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to do that anymore. But I'm not sure I ever want to. I'm really content with cross stitch. Although I love my wool applique, and I will continue to do that as long as I'm able. And I love embroidery. I'm not doing quite as much of that as I used to, because cross stitch, frankly, it just takes up an enormous amount of time. Okay, that's all I have to show y'all today. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week, and that you are blessed with 100 moments of joy. You have all given me so much joy in watching you. I have laughed and I have cried with a couple of you. I'm going to have to go back and answer a comment on a couple of you because I cried so hard I couldn't even comment. But I'm going to. I'm going back and do that. So I hope to see you all again in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.